everyone. It is a regular city council meeting, this time on a Tuesday. We're changing it up a little bit. March 28th, 2023. We'll call the meeting to order. If y'all stand up and say the pledge of allegiance, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Can I have a roll call, please, Teresa?
Matt Peterson.
Yes.
Matt Girardi.
Yep.
Adam Ryder.
Yes.
J.T. Thompson.
Yes.
Rich Peterson.
Yes.
Number 4, approval of the agenda. Does anybody have any questions or comments? With anything on there? If not, I will ask for a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
Second? Second. Yeah, roll call, please.
Matt Girardi.
Yeah.
Adam Ryder.
Yes.
J.T. Thompson.
Yes.
Rich Peterson.
Yes.
Matt Peterson.
Yes.
Number 5, we will skip. Number 6, the consent agenda. Again, any questions, comments, concerns with anything on there?
The garage, liquor license, any,
No problem with the garage.
all good?
Okay. Can I ask for a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second?
Second.
And roll call, please.
Adam Ryder.
Yes.
J.T. Thompson.
Yes.
Rich Peterson.
Yes.
Matt Peterson.
Yes.
Matt Girardi.
Yeah. Okay, number 7, discuss and consider payment options for a tanker for the fire department. And this is one we talked about at our previous meeting. Kind of talked about a few different things, options, routes we want to look at, and so we just tabled it kind of for some more information. So we'll pick it back up from there. I don't know if Teresa, if you and Landon have gotten together at all.
Yeah.
You guys got okay.
Yeah, we did before this.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then also I sent Matt another tanker that I found just this afternoon here. I think it's a pretty good option for us. It's only got 8,000 miles on it, and it came back at 128,000, so not included the delivery. So
What's that then?
so it's a 2006 International. I didn't have time to print.
Hey, Landon, would you please kind of come up here so,
Oh yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, 2006 International. Yeah, I think you got it on there, but yeah, just yeah. So obviously we would need a few things to it, but seemed like a pretty good option. Obviously, I just found it like 3:30 today, so
Okay.
I haven't had time to print nothing off on it. But if you got another option, that's
Yeah.
a low miles truck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure. Decent power, automatic transmission.
Yeah, yep. And that's got the 285 horse DT 466 on it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a 2000.
6, I believe.
2006 4400.
Yep. So I just, so just found it tonight, so get more information on that. But yeah, Teresa and I had a pretty good conversation on how to, come about funding and where the funds would come from.
We're good on length on that, 23 foot,
What's that?
the length.
Yeah, currently we have 24 foot, so we're actually a foot shorter than our current truck that we have in that bay.
So just for conversation, what would this truck, again, we obviously haven't seen it, but just going, looking at things here, what would this need Preston Fire?
So we would need the side compartment for a porta tank. And that's something I think that we could probably absorb the cost with our permitting costs.
Which would be what, give me a rough idea what that would cost me though.
I think $2,000 to $3,000.
Okay.
We could put drop down chains on this one.
Yeah, which we have those on our other truck that we'd be replacing, so obviously automatic tire change would be direct swap over to this, so there'd be no additional cost besides labor and putting them on.
Okay.
Other than that, looking at it, I don't think it needs a whole lot.
Are you okay with the red paint?
Yeah.
Obviously, we paint it.
Okay.
So that'd be additional expense, which I have talked to our guys, we might be able to cover that cost, so.
What would that be though, roughly?
5,000.
You can paint the whole thing for 5,000?
That's
What?
Not
In the
25,000?
Yeah, because when I was talking to the like Osco, they quoted I think $5,000 to $6,000 is what they've been saying for paint anyway. on
To
chassis.
strip that whole thing down and paint it?
I'd have to figure out from either Kyle Burke or, somebody else.
I guess I'm putting you on the spot, I get that, but I would think it'd be more $20,000 to paint it. Maybe I'm way off, but.
Yeah, I'm not sure, that's something that, tomorrow I can dive into more, but, obviously it's a pretty good option for what we've got, so.
What about that?
You can't repaint a Buick for $5,000.
Huh?
You can't repaint a Buick for $5,000.
Yeah, I wanna get a better idea.
Yeah, yep,
quote on
yeah.
it, but.
Well, you got
I-
details.
Backside.
I mean, you're gonna have to repaint any of them we were gonna talk on anyway.
Yeah.
I get that, but it still comes into the cost.
Right,
Because
right.
that's where I wanna go back to again, and what is that cost? Looking through the minutes, I know you guys talked about 160, in our meeting, we talked 100,000, So when you look at, and apologies, I wasn't here for the last one, but there's good options out there for $100,000. We all kinda came to a mutual consensus that for $100,000, you could get a decent truck, a nice truck. Might have a steel tank, might have an aluminum tank on, stainless steel tank, like that. But for $100,000, you could get everything, get it equipped, get it painted, things like that. So when I see the 160, I question the conversation we had.
Sure, yeah.
Because I think, when we all left that meeting for $100,000, we could get what would fit the fire department. So, you're gonna have, 38, 40, this is gonna be a $145,000 machine. Roughly, not knowing painting. This is a great truck, don't get me wrong, 8,000, 7,000 miles, 8,000 miles, that's awesome.
Mhm.
You don't find too many of those things like that. Would this be pre-emissions then,
Yeah.
2006?
Yep.
That-
Most of them
So that's huge too, that's a big deal. to get
And that's
Yeah.
what I'm looking at,
You
is
know.
obviously we want a newer chassis, we don't drive them enough to be able to utilize the emission stuff that's on them,
Yep,
so I think. in the
Yeah,
long
see,
run,
now that's a big plus right there.
that's a huge plus, yeah.
And what
There's
year
a
is
lot of
this?
pluses with this truck, but
I
it
mean,
just comes down to the dollars you wanna spend.
Yeah.
And when we can start, it's not in the budget yet, so to jump on this one today, I don't even know if that's even possible.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't expect
You
that
know.
to happen today, but.
Well, for loan wise, I mean, is it, newer the vehicle, cheaper the interest rate? Is that, or,
One of the avenues
Depends on
we,
your financial institution.
yeah, the state, the training bureau out there has they call it like a revolving loan fund. And from what I remember, talking to Macokota, I think it's 0% even. So the state has a loan option for fire departments. Her and I discussed that earlier today, so we just need to call out to the state and
That'd be huge.
check
Check
that.
it
Yeah,
out.
so,
verify the
Yeah.
details on that?
That's
So we have,
same to the truck too.
we have that option. We're gonna have, we need to designate the rest of our American Rescue Plan Fund money. So, some of that can go towards this, which like I said to Landon, even when you're using that revolving loan fund, they're going to wanna know, how are you repaying? And if we have a match, I think that just gives your application a higher ranking. So we talked about that, and, I even called, just to get an idea, if you were just to borrow the money without bonding, what would the interest be? And it's 6.75%. So, it's not great.
No.
So, if we used ARPA money, and then, also, we have a good buildup in our gas fund, we could actually, we would do an internal loan and pay you back, Jack.
You got your deodorizer.
So, I think there's some creative things we can do. I think, paying off our existing loan right now, that, we're using debt service to make the payment on that loan. I think we've 2.75%, and then to reborrow money, not a good option. Go ahead.
Now, you guys were talking about, maybe with some of your money, be willing to pay that off, the current loan off. Could you use that money to pay towards the truck instead? Because like you said,
So we could probably do that too, yeah.
that doesn't make any sense to take something out for 6%.
And, when we talked about that number too, shit ton
And
of
here
numbers.
is that number, that's what's left.
Yeah, yep, but I had initially thought it was under 15,000, so that's where I'm like, oh shoot, no, we got way more than that on it, so.
You know, we
Just need to be
also
more
sold
specific.
Yeah.
land, and, you know, when you look at, we really, we've been collecting the interest on that money. But when you look at, you know, do you pay off the loan again, it's less, or, interest and borrow at a higher rate, it just doesn't make
make
financial
sense,
sense.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So we could kinda internally fund it, or we're gonna check more into this revolving loan fund, and, if it's a 0% interest, and we just need to make the payment, you know, we'll see. We need to designate that American Rescue Plan Fund money, which is further down on the agenda, we're gonna go through that. We need to spend it, we need to have it spent in 2024, and I would like to get it designated so we know it's spent. We certainly don't want anybody coming back in and snagging it thinking we didn't need it, so.
know,
So
and I
we do
think-
have options.
and I think that, you know, when it comes to the truck, we just need to decide, you know, what is our max dollar, so as Landon's on it and he's doing a good job, he knows what they know what they want, you know, so when we get into budget time, when is it, so when we do find that magic one, you know, we can jump on it. 'Cause
And that's, what- yeah, going forward too with that, this truck here, you know, I'd like to have a couple guys go up and check it out, see if it's even worth pursuing. That way we know, like, okay, if this is the truck, let's figure out how to, you know, come up with that amount. And then next Monday, we have, you know, our regular meeting at the station. I talk to the guy, say, hey, how much would we want to put towards this truck? So hopefully, you know, if we can bring some money to the table too, obviously it's more enticing for the city also, so.
Well, I think you gotta bring something to the table.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
Where's this truck at?
Minnesota. Right,
Right,
Minnesota,
so,
so,
yeah.
Yeah, and all the painting, the extra stuff, different lights and stuff, if it came to it, could be held off, right?
yeah, and
We
you
can
know, like some
decal
of
it
that,
out for the time being.
yeah, some of that cost that we would probably just absorb internally too.
Yes, yeah, it's not that you can't run with this red. if you have to.
Yeah, exactly, we can slap some decals on it, print them off ourselves and, you know, until we fundraise enough to paint it, whatever that might cost.
Good point.
That painting number from Simon,
I think
that
you need-
first quote, it's roughly $6,000.
Yeah,
So that's probably where that number's coming from.
Cheap to paint a whole truck, but maybe, I hope that's right,
mm-hmm. It might be cheaper to wrap it too nowadays, so.
no doubt about it.
That'd be cool.
That's a good option.
Yeah, I thought of that.
Good point.
Yeah, at least if I kinda, if next Monday I have consensus on how much we would be willing to put for something, and then get a dollar amount from Teresa, say, hey, you know, here's what we can do, and moving forward. So if we do wanna pursue this, you know, it's doable.
Yeah, that makes sense. Realistically, when would the money be available once we decided on everything? When would that dollars be available to do something like that?
Well, it depends if, I mean, we're going to be amending our budget, you know, do we wanna try to make it all happen before July 1st? Otherwise, we'd put it in our new budget and the money would be available July 1st. You know, so another thought is, you know, when you visit with go look at the truck, would they, for a down payment, hold it for you?
Oh, sure.
Till
You know,
the year.
They
Yeah.
deal with cities, they
yeah.
understand, so,
Yeah, if it's a fire truck, they understand how that.
they understand how it all works.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, we also discussed having, you know, going forward, having another line item under the department's budget for a truck replacement, so that way those payments or whatever would come out of that, so that way I see it, because before this, you know, I didn't really know what these numbers even were. So, just make it easier going forward on, say the next 5 years, we're gonna replace a different truck, whether it be a grass truck, whatever. Hey, you know, we already got, you know, money set aside for a payment, here's what we can afford.
Yeah.
Is that something that can be built up year after year, like kinda like a savings account or whatever?
Yes.
That'd be good.
When you look at this loan, and it was, you know, the issue date of 14, it's not matured until 29.
It went on forever.
Yeah, how do you ever, you know, how do you ever get another truck? I mean, how do you get the
Right.
next piece of equipment when your loan's
Yeah, by the
hanging
time
out
I pay
there?
that one off, it's due to be replaced again anyway.
Yeah.
Pretty much,
And-
yes.
You know, some some cities, you look at your local option sales tax and what you're collecting there. And, you know, sometimes you say, you know, we're gonna give a certain percentage, you know, to the fire department. Right now, it goes into general fund, it's kind of divided between economic development. I mean, it's divided amongst all but you can certainly designate.
Well, like we talked about, you know, at the fire meeting, just like we talked about here with the all city equipment, you know, to get that list of items, you know, and prioritize them, you know, I got, let's just use the fire department, I got a pickup and I got a, you know, a pumper truck and I got all this equipment and list years and miles and then put down, you know, this is the first one needs to replace second and give, you know, dates. We need to do the same thing with all our city stuff. How else do you know
Yeah,
what you
Exactly.
need to do?
I have all the information already in this.
Yeah, you're doing a great job of doing all that. It was
He's
impressive
doing
what Lane is doing, yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, yeah, and just like we had with all your, training documents, you know, on the Excel sheet, that's perfect. Just, that's the kind of stuff we need, so we can look at those things when we're talking about budgets and see those lists, and again, they'll change year to year, you know, whether something breaks on and what happens, but it gives you a good idea.
And we talked about grants for the fire department, and, you know, Steve Meyer, the consultant, that's what he does. Grant writing for fire departments and that, and once Landon has his list, you know, maybe reaching out to him. A lot of times you don't pay unless you get the grant. There's different ways that works. So, you know, that's another option,
Well, to have, that's what he's an
cause they're on
expert in.
top of it.
Yeah, he's gonna know the loopholes to find everything then.
They know how to word it, and let's be honest, grant writing, it is a technique, and they know the key words to use in there in order to, you know, catch the attention and get that ranking. But it's still good to set that fund up, because for some of these grants, you do need to have at least a match. So,
That's what, you know, a lot of the equipment too, just not trucks, but some of the air packs are gonna be doing in a few years. You know, hopefully we go after the grant, but okay, what if we don't get the grant, how are we gonna pay for it, so.
Yeah.
Just trying to prepare for the future and plan for that, and, obviously, you know, like, number one priority right now is the tanker, so.
How are we doing on turnout gear? When's that?
We just bought all new last year.
Was it last year? All of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
All the
Boots
gear,
for
all
this
the
year.
boots.
Yeah, all new turnout, bunker pants, and coat, that was last year.
I couldn't remember if we did all of it or not.
Yeah, we're gonna do helmets this year, but we'll probably pay for that ourselves, so.
Thank you.
So where's everybody at as far as moving forward with this? Do we want to look into that revolving, loan fund, or do we wanna look at an internal loan? What's everybody's?
I think all the above.
yes,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think Landon's got a good idea. They're gonna, if they check that truck out, see if there's any options there. I think we should look at it for our July 1st, see if that's workable. And if it's not, then we have to make a decision if we're going to amend how we're going to do that.
sure.
But, you know, do I think we can make it happen one way or another? We can.
And then if you can come back with what you guys are willing, you know, what you can afford to do on the fire department side too for contributions and help it out and have that conversation with the dealer, and, yeah, I think that's all the information we need.
Good, I think so.
Well, maybe have a conversation with your fire guys too, that if you get something like this, you might have to wait to paint it or put other equipment on it or whatever, get it functional, but.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 'cause I know like Simons or Osco, they were, 10 to 12 months out by the time we pulled the trigger on something, so. But even JR priced a brand new one today, and that was, he said anywhere between 325 to 350,000, and there was a 2-year waiting list right now, so.
Yeah. Anything, the stuff we deal with is anywhere 18 months out minimum, if it's worth anything, if it's the good stuff.
Yeah, yep.
Have you reached out to these guys that have this truck at all? You can make contact with them?
Yeah, I have,
Okay, okay.
so, yeah, 'cause they didn't have a price on their, website,
Okay,
so I called him right away, and he texted me back as I was sitting there talking to Teresa.
okay.
Earlier.
So that
Yeah.
communication's already started?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, you talk about fundraising too, if you have to wait to do a few things, paint it, as that fundraising for a paint job on it, we're fundraising for this on it.
Yeah.
You know, that makes a big difference too sometimes.
Yeah, and it's not, we're not replacing the truck because we want something that looks cooler, it's a safety thing, it's,
Necessity.
yeah, something more reliable,
Functional.
yep. So,
Absolutely, so.
Do you have a date that you have to have this other one back to the state? The one that
No.
you currently have?
No, they're, from what my understanding is, as long as it's, you keep it in good operation, you can have it as long as you want, so. But, obviously, that's just the chassis,
Okay.
and I don't think the state has that program anymore, you know, like they used to, so. Yeah, 'cause it's actually through the DNR,
Okay.
so, Forestry Service, so.
Did you say, maybe I missed it, what kind of tank does it have on it?
That one is, let's see,
I don't think it said it.
Is it a poly tank, or is it steel, or what is it?
it says steel, so I don't know if it's stainless or just regular, but
Okay.
Does it say it in that description?
no, it's through text message I got from him, so.
Are we setting ourselves up with that?
I don't, that's why I'd like to go and check it out at least to see the condition of it.
Right.
You know, if it's a good line tank, then it probably wouldn't be an issue at all. We'd probably get another, 40 years out of it,
Right.
be no problem.
how old's our tank?
The tank when we actually built that, but I'm gonna guess early 90s.
Yeah.
But I think the next steps is just to go check this one out at least, send a couple guys out, see if it's worth pursuing.
Sure.
So I've been checking probably twice a week on the truck paper. I found a couple more chassis, but they're all, same price range of what we're looking at. And,
Oh, this is, again, pre-emissions in the miles, that's,
yep.
that's pretty impressive.
It was probably bought and set up brand new as a fire truck, rather than trying to
More
retrofit
likely,
something.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we'll circle back, try to get a couple guys set up there and check that tank out, or truck out. Then next meeting, for the fire station, I'll see what the guys are comfortable with, putting money
Yeah.
towards, and
Yep.
then I can circle back with Teresa and,
Yeah, just stay in touch and, yeah, we'll try to do whatever we can do and keep pushing forward. If it's the right truck, it's the right truck, we'll see,
Mhm. and I'll obviously keep my eyes out for something else too, if something else pops
Yeah.
up. At least we're exploring the options and
Yeah.
having conversations and
Yep,
Most definitely.
exactly.
get something done hopefully, so.
Yeah. Okay, sounds
Other than
good.
that, I don't have any other updates or nothing, so.
Okay.
Thanks, Landon.
Yeah, thank
Thanks,
you.
appreciate it.
Good job. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. So number 8, discuss and consider approving a building permit for Lois Hoffman.
Matt?
Yeah.
Have any questions?
Alright.
It's pretty straightforward, really. Obviously, she had a house fire, we're rebuilding in the same exact location. The only difference between what she had to what we're building is instead of 45 foot long, it's gonna be 50. Instead of 27 foot wide, it's gonna be 30. Just a couple more square feet. But basically sitting in the same location, it's just gonna spread back farther, in the property, so.
You're hoping to do that soon?
Yeah, like, we've got design, contract already in place and everything ordered for a house, so.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we'll be done before Christmas,
Oh, awesome.
so. House should come down here in the next 4 or 5 weeks probably, somewhere around there. But, yeah, it's going good.
Unfortunate events, but it's nice to see you putting another one back there.
Yeah, yep.
And Jack's been over there a number of times, and Matt's been in, and we've all talked, and
Meets everything we
So,
asked it to
yeah.
do,
it
and
looks
Thanks,
good,
Okay.
more setbacks and everything, we're good.
we're good.
Perfect. Cool. All right, somebody wanna make a motion?
I make a motion to approve building permit for, Lois Huffman.
Second?
I'll second.
And roll call, please.
Adam Ryder,
Yes.
JT Thompson,
Yes.
Rich Peterson,
Yes.
Matt Peterson,
Yes.
Matt Girardi.
Yep.
Should you abstain?
I can.
It matters, doesn't it?
I don't think it matters corners, it's gone, it's a.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay, number 9, discuss and consider approving a building permit for Rick Seaverding and Brenda Heyer.
All kinds of growth.
You can
Bam, bam.
explain where that's at.
Just south of Dean Buddy's house, that lot.
There's actually 2 lots there, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he got most of it all, I mean, he got a big portion of it. I have not been down to see, he never called me about staking that one out,
it's staked out,
I didn't know that.
There's a lot of stakes.
yeah.
Wood stakes.
He's,
I drove by, I'm like, I don't know, I'm not sure where the house is going, but there's a lot of stakes.
But he knows all the setbacks, he said he's fine.
yeah, I looked over his application and he followed the setbacks and he's been in 2-3 times and we've talked about
That's
it,
my biggest thing, as long as they meet setbacks and everything.
yeah,
Yeah, we just don't want,
yeah. They're also going to put new sidewalk in, and that is,
Is there even a sidewalk there right now?
it's
Yeah,
that
that is
area.
bad.
Yeah.
That is
So-
a terrible one.
And they're planning on sooner than later too?
Oh, soon, they're gonna be doing, grading and
I think they said
cement
June.
work is gonna be getting done.
Awesome.
Yeah, no, that would be nice. Okay, does anybody have any other questions?
There's quite a few new homes this year, aren't we, in town?
Mm-hmm,
That's the goal.
it's good
I think
deal.
we have 4, I think of right now, yeah. That is exciting.
Okay, any other discussion needed on that?
Not here.
If not, I will ask for a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve, building permit for Rick Seaverding and Brenda Heyer.
Second,
Sorry.
roll call please.
JT Thompson,
yes,
Rich Peterson,
Yes.
Matt Peterson,
Yes.
Matt Doherty.
Yeah.
Adam Ryder.
Yes.
Okay, number 10, discuss and consider approving the expenditures for the ARPA funding.
So, in your packet, which I will bring it up, can you see that? Or do I need to make it a little
No,
bigger?
it's fine.
So what I've done is put together this little spreadsheet showing that we were awarded, from the American Rescue Plan, which was COVID money that the federal government gave out to cities if you applied for it. We were given a total of $143,406.28. So, we received that in 2 different, installments. We also have already expensed out $12,337, to the Macokota Dispatch Council. And we approved that in June 13th of 2022. Looking at with our CDBG-CV grant, that what was included in that, we're getting the bath and solutions was, kitchen bath and solution quote was $102,012. Our grant was $77,816. Preston's share, we had to commit to a share of that. And so the quote came in a little higher than what we expected, but, so with our share of $24,196, that makes up the $102,12. So, going back, looking at expenses, we had more expenses with to do a complete bathroom remodel and not just put in toilets and a sink and in an old bathroom. We put in new flooring and walls, sheetrock, for both bathrooms, then it was $20,458. We also decided instead of putting plywood up on that, for that cafe door, that serve-through, to go with a custom serve-through door. And then, Gruen Electric for replacing the bathroom heaters and getting the lights fixed in there. We'll probably also have a little bill coming from Gruen, cause we were, once they, you start pulling things out, you find out, we were not up to code on our electric in there,
Wiring.
the wiring. So there could be another little bill coming there, but that's another $26,608 that, you know, I wanna use ARPA funds for, which I think is a good use of that money for that hall. So if we look at total town hall expense for Preston, we got $50,804. Windows for Old City Hall, $9,255. If we do the ditch up at the Catholic Church, we committed half of that expense, which is $20,000. And then we have the dispatch council in there. So a total right now spending, I mean, I put proposed spending, we've already spent the $12,000, but we would spend $92,396 of our funds, which leaves $51,010.28, which I said, I feel an eligible expense is the tanker. Now, if, I know there's been discussion on doing something different with that ditch, maybe in the future, holding off, that maybe that is a Band-Aid, so that would be another, you know, $20,000 we would take out and put towards,
That brings up a whole nother conversation, doesn't it?
I know, I
Oh,
know,
yeah, that whole ditch thing needs to be brought back to the council, I think.
yeah. I'll bring that, how about I put that on the agenda for April 10th, and I'll invite Dennis.
FYI, I'm not here April.
Oh, you're not here.
I'll be on vacation, so
Yeah,
adios.
yeah.
Zoom in.
No.
You may not want him to,
Yeah, I'll zoom in, that'll be exciting.
but, and, you know, you can certainly, if, I would kind of like to have it decided, I know we kind of talked about it, Matt, if you would wanna write up your thoughts on it and give it to the mayor, you know, that definitely, or,
I'd probably do that in a sentence.
yeah, no,
Well,
One word.
it needs to be discussed, it's a
Yeah.
discussion.
yeah. I mean, after more discussion about it, I certainly understand that, you know, long-term, to do something with that, by widening that narrow part of the street, there's more things that could be done. Definitely,
Well, I voted for it last time,
yes.
but
And
we
I
never
pushed
got
for it.
around to getting it done,
Yeah,
Right.
so my decision could be different. And
Yeah, same here. I mean, I was kind of on the fence then, and, you know, I could definitely be persuaded,
I think the church put money in, you know, pushed me the other way, you know, if you got a partner that's gonna help you out paying for it, you know.
And then correct me if I'm wrong, I remember, you know, conversation and, Gary and, who else was here from the church?
Dennis,
Gary and
Oh,
Dennis, yeah, it was, you know, they were fine, no matter what we would do to fix it, just as, they just wanted something done,
They wanted something done.
you know,
Yeah.
you know. So I don't wanna speak for them, but I'm thinking, no matter what we did for a repair, for a fix, they would be willing to put that money towards it, was the impression I got, no matter which way it went.
Yeah.
so that's kind of my outline of, you know, my thoughts.
Is this something, not to interrupt you, Teresa,
No.
but is this something we maybe want to, we have a budget meeting coming up next Monday.
Yes,
Is this something we wanna stew over
yes,
and bring it up?
and we
Monday
can dive into it more.
Yeah, and then we can kind of
Right,
get into
good
more,
Yes,
okay.
because definitely,
Push it up.
you know, when we're talking about, putting it towards the tanker, you know, that is an eligible expense. Anything with public safety is good. You can also give us all big bonuses with that leftover, and that's an eligible expense also.
Good pitch. Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. Some cities did do that, but I feel there's enough infrastructure and eligible places for that money to go.
I I agree that 50-some thousand for a tanker is a great way to put that money towards, but can it also be put towards more of that fix up there? It's at, on the school, obviously, we could put more of it towards that too if we wanted to do something different.
We could.
Again, I just think of, you know, sidewalks, and as that, we got a whole new addition going up there, and our park is growing, and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, it can go up there.
Yeah.
So that's why maybe not tonight.
Oh, I
You
don't
know,
think we need to make
Yeah, I
the
don't wanna
decision
make it
tonight.
a rash
And we can
decision.
actually make the decision, at either one of our April meetings. The report's not due until the 30th, and I
The
mean,
30th of April or May?
30th of April.
Okay.
But you go online, and once you know your projects, I mean, it's fill in the blanks.
Okay.
I mean, the big thing is knowing how you're spending your money.
I mean, that's really those are the only questions, because the town hall money and the windows for the old city hall, that makes complete sense, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think going forward, you know, a lot of that rent and goes just back into the general fund, and then we just fund repairs as needed. I think for both of those, you know, we wanna continue on being able to just take that money and put it into a fund that stays with town hall and stays with the incubator project. That way, when things come up, we already have money set aside.
yeah, and it was, you know, I was up there Saturday, and it was, I think you know, say thanks to everybody that painted up there, you know, it looks totally different when you walk in and
Yeah.
see the
that was a
walls,
big
so, you know, so I guess, please throw
Yes.
names out who painted, I think it's important to say thank you for
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yes, I
absolutely.
mean, I know Virgil Hemley, I mean, Amy Tegens took a huge, I mean, she went to Sherwin-Williams, got paint, did a lot up there with painting doors and that. She had assistance from, Virgil Hemley and Corey Driscoll, and there's probably people that helped that
Yeah.
I'm not aware of,
I know
but
Shep did, Doug Driscoll.
And all these they donated their time.
they donated their time. They took the stage out,
That
which
looks
is
nice
really
with that out there.
opened it
Yeah.
up.
And yes, thank you for everybody. who
Yeah.
did that.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Mhm.
Well, they, you know,
It's not always a fun job to do all
No.
No.
that, in your spare time.
and, I don't know, did helping out with the floors. I mean, we are looking at maybe this, I mean, the first thing you're gonna notice, you got all this fresh and our floor looks dingy.
Yeah,
Well-
that brings it down again.
Yeah. But, looking this fall, you know, when, winter, when things slow down after the festival, you know, getting Ray and the guys will get those sanded down and then sealed. You know, Ray also, it was mentioned that the fans, maybe get new fans, and Ray said, oh, they work fine, let's take them down, clean them up and paint them, they look really nice. So, you know, where there were economies in doing this and just making things look nice, we did that too. We'll probably get new, for along border trim for along the floor. Baseboard, that's what it is. So, it looks really nice. I mean, now it really looks like something. So, you know, just hoping everybody has the pride in it,
Yeah,
that we keep it nice.
yeah. absolutely.
You know, probably should look at, and that's a discussion during our workshop, looking at what we wanna maybe increase the cost to. And, you know, that'll definitely be a decision, you know, it is, we try to keep it reasonable, so that people can afford to rent it, and especially residents of Preston, being able to enjoy that,
Mhm.
so. Okay,
Awesome, okay. Okay, then we will jump down to number 11, discuss and consider approving resolution 2022-79, approving the employment of Kyle Gruber for part-time summer laborer position. So Jack and Teresa, can kind of fill us in here, but it sounds like we had two,
We
started
had-
with three, went down to two, and
Yeah.
ended up with one, so.
we actually gave out 3 applications, 2 were turned back in. after, one was a retired person, and knowing that it was going to be more than just cutting grass. I mean, we really utilized this summer help to do all sorts of stuff. And, so we ended up, we had Connor, brought him in, Jack and Eric, were unavailable that day. Ray and Tim sat in the interview, and, I mean, he's going to fit in, willing to do anything. He's worked for, K&K, so he knows about mowing grass, trimming. I mean, he's willing to do anything. Talked about, helping with garbage, and he's good with it all. So,
Perfect.
no problem there, so we're waiting for approval.
All right, talk to you. I make a motion, we approve resolution 2022-79, employment for Connor Groover, summer help.
Okay, second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Rich Peterson.
Yes.
Matt Peterson.
Yes.
Matt Girardi.
Yep.
Adam Ryder.
Yes.
JT Thompson.
Yes.
Okay, number 12, other business.
Caroline wrote us the grant for Master Gardeners, which provides us funding for the flowers around town, which Amy Tegens does a phenomenal job of helping with that, getting our planters taken care of and watering them. And then also up at, if there's any additional, the parks get flowers if there's a place to put them. So, we received $400. And then, my other thing is just a reminder, there's a budget workshop next Monday, starting at 5:30. We're gonna start with the fire department because Landon has a fire meeting after, so, to get him out.
Okay. Billy, got anything?
We will be testing 3 applicants on the 8th, and, for the police, position, and then hopefully the week of the 10th, I've got 3 or 4 people that will help interview, and then those people will then come and interview with the police committee after that, whatever we decide, I guess, to pass along to you.
Okay.
And then are getting our new radios put in the squad cars. I made appointments for both squads for April. And right now I'm testing one of the portable radios that they provide, so. And so far it gets out really well.
Good.
Yeah.
Good deal. Okay, everything else going good?
Yeah.
Good deal. Jack, you got anything?
We're gonna talk, is this what you're gonna do about the truck case?
Yep, you can talk about that.
We have a little episode with the case tractor. We got pictures of it, but you do that. The boom broke. We got a couple options. One is to try and fix it. I think that price was $5,000.
To fix it, it was between $4,000 and $5,000, which is an estimate.
I was shooting at the hip estimate, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes,
Pretty rough estimate.
yeah.
And then we got a price for just the 2 arms, taking the old stuff off of ours, putting on the new, 6 to 8 months out. That was 11, no more than that.
Yeah, it was
Got that building in for
closer to 12,000.
12,000. Whatever, then the Kuhnhouse found one down in DeWitt for 6,800.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah,
Same thing?
same thing.
It's a little bit bigger, but they said, we'll go right on the tractor, get the other one off and put it right on.
Okay.
So,
So,
we were able to turn it into insurance and filed a claim. Our deductible's $250. So we'll have to pay $250. We're recommending we go with,
LX 740.
new used, it.
Matt and Matt both come down and seen it.
Yeah, to me, it's a no-brainer to go with the new one.
Oh,
You know, you get that kind of money and, you know, again, you know, we're not sure what that repair cost would be for sure, but then you still got, you know, is it still twisted, is it still not quite right? You know, you don't get me wrong, you could probably fix it, but time too, it's gonna take quite a while to fix it versus just putting this new one on it and going with it. And that's money spent in our community again, you know?
And then something else happens, and no parts for that either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things that
it happens.
happens.
Right.
It's
Where's
business.
it
I don't know what happened.
Is insurance covering the full replacement towards this
They got one,
used?
I'll know more.
Before,
They just opened the claim up. I got a call from two adjusters today and an email.
can send
So
it back
now
that way.
I'm gathering information, pictures, the hours on the
They
tractor.
sell all set of
Also
this.
wanted just a general picture of the
Yeah, I
tractor,
stamped both.
so.
I wondered,
But then we'll see the
Teresa,
broken
that
ones that they could-
grill got bent in on that
Yeah, I was
too,
gonna
and
say,
some of that.
if we're gonna-
We should, if we're gonna turn a claim in, we should definitely get a replacement cost
Oh,
on the grill.
I would.
Okay,
Yeah, the
Lucky
grill, the
we
guy
paid
just
her-
tweaked
We paid
over.
the $250 anyway,
yeah,
so I would
definitely.
get that thrown in on the
Yeah, you
quote
fix
too.
it, yeah, just buy a new one.
Right.
No kidding. Make
Did you
the
hear
claim
that,
run
Jack?
more.
What's that?
The grill on the tractor, since we're doing a claim.
Have them quote that too, since we already
Check-
mentioned it into insurance.
Check out the brackets underneath it, make sure we didn't tweak anything for the radiator, or whatever.
Did you
I know
get-
it didn't look like a lot, but
Did the bracket seem straight when you got, did you get it off?
Okay, we haven't got it off yet. Got the bucket off, got it outside, got the pins pulled. It seems he bound in there a little bit. We're gonna back at it tomorrow, I'll try and get it out of there.
So yeah, I think it's a no-brainer to move forward, we need it. Not all
We're gonna have to now and have that
Well,
coming.
It can happen quickly, and we
Yep.
use the tractor all the time, so.
Well, that was heavy snow.
Oh, that was.
It could've been cracked before.
Yeah.
Like I said, just lucky it didn't go back through the cab or
Yeah,
Yeah.
on somebody in the dump truck when it.
nobody got hurt,
Thank God.
dump truck didn't get smoked, the box is
No.
fine as,
so.
It didn't fall in, it just,
No.
yeah,
Really?
could've been a lot
Got
worse.
lucky, yeah.
Yeah.
Teach must be a good operator.
Give him that one, right?
Yeah. Don't tell him that. So what do you need from us, Teresa, is this just more, I say buy that one, and whatever the insurance
If y'all agree
covers
that
you, it's,
we
it is
move
what it is.
forward
If
It's
everybody's
gotta
good
be
with
done.
that.
I think so.
Yeah.
that way,
I don't know if you wanna be on a waiting list for 9 to 10 months if we have a snowstorm early this year,
that would be bad,
Weekend again?
Yeah. Or, or that.
Right.
so.
All right, if everybody looks good with that, then that's the route we'll go. Okay, all right, does anybody else have anything? Okay.
Congratulations
Thank you.
on your new addition to your family.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, do I need to,
We're gonna, so we wanna close, we're gonna adjourn from this part of the meeting. We're gonna go up to town hall so everybody can see. We'll open the meeting up, back up there, since we're all gonna be together as a quorum. And then we'll just adjourn from there for the night.
okay, so I'll ask for adjournment here.
I'm gonna make a motion to adjourn here.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Matt Peterson,
Yes.
Matt Girardi, Adam Ryder,
Yes.
JT Thompson.
Yes.
Rich Peterson.
Yes.
It'll be my turn soon.